Hi YouTube, today is September the 3rd and it's 2016 and it's a Saturday, and I'm coming to you with this video. I'm going to try to make it sort of on the short side because I just found out some information, and I don't know what that sound was, but to watch everything on. I don't know if this information will help because I haven't tried this out yet, but I said I'll put out this information just in case anybody wants to try this. Let's see. I'm also going to start making videos where I answer some of the questions that I get, because sometimes I don't check my mail that often as I should, my email, and when I do check it, I'm just like overwhelmed. It's like, a lot of people that are asking questions on there and things like that. So I think what I'm going to start to do is to start looking at the emails, and instead of just answering them one-on-one, I will try to answer them, like if it's a few on there that's like the same type of thing, then I will just answer them like that. So I'm just trying that out also in this video. So I have a few people here that I did look at their emails, and I only looked at about 5, to be honest with you, about 5 or 6 of the emails, because it was just like, like just pages and pages of emails, and I don't have the time to answer each person back, like one-on-one. So I said, well, let me just do it this way. Maybe I'll just start making videos and answer some of the questions, or as many as I can, put it that way. So anyway, I'm going to start off with that. I got an email from a Mary Jane 505. Her name is Mary Jane 505, and she may have asked this question maybe like a couple months ago, I don't know. But if you are watching Mary Jane 505, you said you wanted to know how you were tracked, and that you had like a fast heart, and you wanted to know if they could manipulate your mind and stuff like that. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you, according to what research I looked up, and according to just listening to my own body and the things that they have been doing to me with the fast heart and stuff like that, I believe they can do that if you have some sort of microchip of some sort implanted into you, and mostly it's in the ear and in the right ear, okay, because that's where I have most of my problems. I have the ringing in the right hand side. It's ringing on the left hand side also, but most of it, the majority of it, is on the right side of my right ear. And I believe that they implanted something in there. That's why I told you in videos past videos that I have done, I told you to be careful when you go to a doctor, especially when they come into a room and reach into their pocket and take out the thing that they're going to put into your ear to look into your ear. Be very, very careful. Now, a lot of offices now, when you go into them, they have it's called the otoscope. OTOSCOPE. That's how you can spell it. And they have it, and it's on the wall. Like, you'll go into the office, and they have that, and the blood pressure thing that they're going to take your blood pressure with. It's usually just there on the wall. It used to be days of the past, doctors would come in and they would go into their pocket and they would keep these things in their pocket. And I think that's how they got it into my ear. The doctor that implanted this chip into both of my ears, that's how he did it. He was one of those people that came in and he reached into his pocket and pulled out an otoscope out of his pocket, and I think that otoscope was a specially fitted otoscope in order to inject what they injected into my ear. And I know that it's something that they injected into my ear because I always get messages and emails, and I get comments and stuff from people on here that's trying to convince me that there is no microchip inside of my body. There's no microchips in my ears. And I'm like, well, what is it to them? Why would they care if I had a microchip in my ear or not? Why are you trying to convince me that I don't have a microchip into my ear? Because I know I do, okay? because I can hear it. It sounds like let me see if I can tell you what it sounds like. When they're doing, if you've ever been to a concert or something, a live concert where they're doing a sound check, and then when they turn up the microphone and it has that hum, that low hum where they're trying to get that fixed and stuff, that's what it sounds like, okay? And when I get around certain things, I can hear it. It's like, it's kind of like an echo or whatever. So I know that they put something in both of my ears. And I think that's the way they can get it into your ear without you even knowing. Because, okay, if you have any kind of microchipping in the rest of your body, okay, maybe you have gone into surgery or you've had something done, okay, you can understand them getting it in that way, because once you are out, you can't tell if somebody's putting something into your body or not. But if you have never really had any kind of major surgery and you still are wondering, okay, well, I've never really had any major surgery. The most I've done is maybe gone to a dentist or something. Okay, they can put something up into your gum, or they can put something into your tooth. But I think the most place where it can do the most damage and where they really want to put it is into your ear, because your ear directly leads to that vagus nerve that I was telling you about. It's spelled VAGUS. It's a vagus nerve. And this is how I think that they're doing this when people are saying that they feel like they're on fire and their bodies are vibrating and all kinds of stuff, and it feels like jackhammers and stuff like that. That's how they do it, okay? They send a signal to the thing that they put into your ear, this microchip, I believe it is, but when they broadcast in here, they call it a quote unquote a device, okay, some sort of device. That's what they allude to it when they're broadcasting in here, and they're trying to show off and make it seem as though, they know so much and they can do so much, okay? Well, I believe the signal goes through that microchip, which it can turn a signal into a sound, or it can turn a sound into a signal. If you look back at some of my old videos, and maybe I will put a link to those videos in this video. I'll put a link below so you can look at those old videos where I talk about that kind of stuff. But I think that's how they do it. And then it goes into your ear, and then your vagus nerve where it leads to your entire body, because if you look up vagus nerve, spelled VAGUS, you will see that it leads to your entire body, from your brain all the way down to your tippy toes, okay? That's like one major nerve. And when they go in there and they send that signal, and they send a signal through that vagus nerve, then they can make all of those things happen. They can make your heart beat fast and different things like that. This is what I'm thinking, okay? This is what they can do. And then if they really don't like you, which I know they really don't like me, I think they also put something into my tooth, I believe, or into my gums. I believe when I went to have dental work done, I believe something was put into my gum also, and maybe it could be like one of those kind of depot type things, when they give people who are non-compliant as far as their medication, taking their medication is concerned, for whatever reason they don't comply, and then they will give them like a depot shot, spelled DEPOT. I think that's what they did. I think they super concentrated whatever it is. Excuse me. They super concentrated. I need some water. And then put it in there, and then they can release it. They can send a signal to release whatever it is, whatever chemical it is that they put into my body, because I know they put things in there, with chemicals that they could release, and probably it's new technology. This technology is probably new and hasn't been around that long. So you can't find that much about it on the internet, but I research it as much as I can. So this is what I think they do. But the main place they will place it, if they really want to get to do something and send signals and stuff to your brains and different things like that, is they will put it into your ear. So that's why I said, when you go to a doctor, don't let them pull nothing out of their pocket, and no otoscope, and put it into your ear. Because if they're going to do that, just buy your own. Go on eBay, Amazon, anywhere on the net, and find a cheap otoscope, and then make sure that it's a professional type otoscope. Don't get something that's like, $10, and it's plastic and kids can play with it. Get a professional ones, the same ones that they use, or you can get it through, you can Google medical supply, and then just get the same ones that physicians and hospitals and stuff use. And then when you go in there, just tell them you don't want to use theirs, just use yours. So, and if they ain't trying to do nothing, I don't think they would have a problem with that. But usually the ones that are on the wall, those ones, I think those might be pretty safe. But then, look at it before they stick it into your ear. Just take a good look at it to make sure it doesn't look like it has special buttons or anything on there that they can press and inject something up into your ear, because that's what I think they did to me. Okay, so all right, I'm going to move along on here. So that's for Mary Jane 505. She wanted to know how you are tracked. They can track you like that. They have a chip into you. They can track you. It's like a GPS, and they can send a signal to it, and they can know exactly where you are. So that's how they track you. Then I also got an email from somebody from the name, by the name of AYSR, and this person just wanted to know if I got their email. And yes, I did get your email. I'm sorry I didn't answer you back, because I think this person wanted to do one-on-one, but I don't really take telephone calls from people. I don't call people because I don't know who it is that I'm talking to. If a person sends me an email, I don't know you. I don't know you from the next person, from a hole in the wall. I don't know who you are. You could be the best person in the world, but I don't have no guarantee of who you are. And since the internet is filled with people who are involved in this, and they try to befriend you and stuff, and they try to get you to call them on the phone and stuff, I don't do that. I don't call people on the phone. Even if you watch my videos or something and you send me an email or something saying that you want to do one-on-one and you want to talk to me and stuff, I don't do that. I don't call people back and stuff like that. So you'll never hear from me. I will never call you on the phone for any reason, because I just don't, I just can't take that chance. You don't know who is who. Okay, so that's the two questions that I just wrote down here. And then I had gotten a couple of comments, and I just okayed the comments, because the comments have to be run through me before they're okay. People can't just comment on my channel and it just goes up. I have to look at it and okay it, and then it goes up. So sometimes it takes me a while to get to that, but I thought these two were kind of interesting. So first I'm going to start with this person. His name is Frank Robin, and if this works, thanks very much for giving me this information. And I did put up his comment. His name is Frank Robin, and he said what you do is you get a 2-beam sonar that's at least 200 watts. And he said, if you think that somebody is above you or somebody is below you and they are shooting you with some sort of weapon or something like that, some sort of electronic type weapon, if you are being targeted in that kind of way, and they are using an apartment above you or below you, or something like that, and because usually they really can do that when you are in apartments and stuff. And then I've read different things on the internet where, okay, say for instance you're in a house or something, they can go up into a helicopter or something and beam down something from a helicopter or whatever. But I think what they're doing in my case is I live in an apartment, so there's apartments above me, below me, beside me, and everything. And I think they do it mostly from downstairs. So it's either they're in a basement, the basement of this building, or they're in the apartment directly below me. Okay, so this person was saying, if you get this thing, and all this thing is just a thing to tell you where fish are. Like people who do fishing and stuff probably know about this. I've never heard of this, and I've never seen it. And it's like a little thing with a little screen on there, and then like it shows you, like when you put I guess you drop the thing in the water, it tells you like exactly where the fish are. Okay, so this person just said to get that, a 2-beam sonar, 200 watts, and then, like, I guess put it on your floor, or if you think they're upstairs, like if you can kind of fix it maybe to your ceiling or whatever, maybe you can see. I don't know how he said you're supposed to do that, so maybe I might have to get back in contact with him and send him an email or something to ask him exactly what it is you're supposed to do. And does this thing actually work like inside of a house? Like, can it go through a floor? Can it go through a ceiling? Because this thing basically is for water. It's like a sonar, and it's going to bounce back and let you know where the fish are. So I don't know if it works, but if anybody is interested, you can try it out, and if it works for you, then let me know, because I'm going to see if I get one. And once I talk to this guy and I send him an email to ask him how it is that you do it, then I will probably purchase one and see if it works. It could work, maybe it doesn't work, but I mean, anything is worth a try when people are on your you know what, and they're doing all sorts of things to you. And then I wanted to also get this ready. I got a comment also from a person by the name of Heather. And Heather, thank you for your comment, and I okayed your comment, so you can look for your comment. I did okay your comment, and what she talked about was about the clinical trials through the government. And she said go to the website and go to clinical trials, CLINICALTRIALS, one word, .gov. And then she said search for vagus nerve, VAGUS. And when you look on there, I'm going to show you, I took a picture of it on my phone, and I'm going to show you what it said on there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I'm going to make it as big as I can, and I'll see if you can see it. But anyway, it's talking about these clinical trials. They're experimenting, this experimental stuff where they are using this vagus nerve, the same thing that I said, because I never saw this, clinicaltrials.gov. Okay, I never saw this, and I didn't know about it just by me doing my own research. And then this is, they're recruiting so anybody can get into it. And then they talk about this right here. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, here it is right here. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to hold up my phone. I don't know if you can see it, but if you can read that, let's see, yeah, make sure you can see it. You can read it and you can see all the stuff on here. Here's the clinical trials and stuff. And let me see, they have one on here that is, here it go, this one right here, where it talks about your ear, where they stimulate and they put a device in your ear. Okay, so for anybody who watches my videos, or they watch any other videos up here where people complain about ringing loud sounds and stuff in their ears and different things like that, and V2K and things like that, you will see where, okay, this now right here will prove that that stuff really can happen. Here it goes. The device is an ear vagus stimulator. If you can see it right there, that's what it says. But all you have to do is go to clinicaltrials.gov and key in vagus nerve, because they will bring up all of those things, and then you can just run through and see all of the studies that they're doing. Because okay, with this thing, with this vagus nerve, it is basically supposed to be something good, where if you stimulate it, it's supposed to be able to maybe help you with different things that's wrong with you, like if you are diabetic, and I saw one for that, or if if you're depressed or different things like that. Okay, it's supposed to be able, that vagus nerve, from your ear, it can stimulate and go to your brain and stuff like that. And this is what I've been saying in my videos. And then you get these bozos on here, and they're probably the same ones that's doing it, where they will write in all of this stuff and say that I'm crazy and I'm this and I'm that. Okay, well, here it is in black and white, or basically in blue and white. That's the color of it. Here's the one. Here's a device, and it's a vagus ear stimulator, if you can see that. okay? But just look it up yourself, okay? So when people try to tell you that you're crazy and stuff, and this is what they want to do, and who's to say that somebody couldn't have gotten their hands on these types of things, okay? If they want to go after people, who's to say that they couldn't have got their hands on it, okay? And who's to say that, okay, well, in addition to doing these kinds of things, who's to say that some agency and some part of the government is not doing experimentation on people? Who's to say that? Okay, we don't know that, okay? But all I'm saying is that this does exist. Go and look it up for yourself. So before people get on here and you try to insult me and insult my intelligence, okay, what you do is do your research. Do your research before you insult somebody's intelligence, okay, because you don't know me, okay? If I don't know you and you don't know me, all you can go by is what I'm telling you, okay? You can't go by anything else. Only other than if you're watching my videos, you only have what I tell you to go on, okay? So don't insult my intelligence. And this goes out to the people who are constantly writing in and making lame behind comments talking about somebody being mentally crazy and this, that, and the other. Okay, I think people who do this kind of shit is the ones that are crazy, okay? And if they use it for something bad, because this is supposed to be something good, okay? But anything that you have in the world that you can use as something good, like to stimulate a person's brain, it can get into the hands of the wrong person and they can use it for the wrong thing, okay? Because I told you in a couple videos back, and I'm going to put them down and link them so you can go and look at them, that's what I thought. That's how I thought that they did it, was they used the vagus nerve, okay? So here it is. It's in the clinical trials from the government, okay? So now you know that it said heard from the poet. Now you all know it, okay? That's how that goes. Okay, so that was from someone by the name of Heather. So Heather, thank you very much for putting me onto that, because I would have never seen that. So thank you so much, and God bless you. And if you find out anything else, please definitely either I think a comment would be better, because it's like I get so many emails and stuff like that that I can't possibly go through all of them. I get a bunch of emails, you know, with like people telling me their stories about how they are being targeted, you know, with electronic weapons and stuff like that, and they want to know, they want to ask me questions on how to alleviate it and stuff like that. Well, I haven't figured that out quite yet, but then you never know. If people write in and tell you stuff, then I will tell you what they tell me. Or if you watch my videos and you look at the comments, then you yourself will see the comments that they put down there, because these two things with the Sonar, the two beam Sonar and the clinicaltrials.gov, those were just comments, okay? That wasn't just something directed to me personally in an email that they didn't want to tell anybody else. This is just comments. So, you know, when you watch my videos, look at my comments also, because sometimes it's good information in there too. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do now. I gotta watch my time. I'm already up to like 22 minutes, so I don't want to take too much of your time. But when I put this video together, because chances are I probably won't put this up right away, because I want to do a little bit more research and then maybe put up some pictures of the stuff I find, or I may just put it up so you can see it and then, you know, make another one. Okay, well, just want to say in closing, you got to trust in God, and you have to move closer to him. You can't move away from him, because we're in end times. That's why these people who do this kind of stuff, who are very evil, okay, this is why they're doing it, okay? They have free will to do this, and they have chosen to use their free will to do evil and to hurt people rather than to help people, okay? Because these types of things, these trials that they're doing, even though it went off, these trials that they're doing and stuff, this stuff is to help people, okay? This is not to hurt people. These types of things are to help people with specific problems, okay? But put into the wrong hands and used by the wrong set of people can hurt you instead of help you, okay? They can try to manipulate your brain and stuff and things like that, because this same person, Mary Jane 505, she just wanted to know about mind manipulation, and I believe that they can do that, and they have this advanced technology where they can do that, okay? Because you figure a thought is nothing more than an electrical impulse, and I think what they're doing now, and what they're doing with this, that how they're moving forward with this, is to take that impulse and to copy that impulse, and then try to figure out how to put a bad impulse, okay? Because if a thought or anything that you think is nothing more than an electrical impulse, this is what I'm thinking, I'm not sure, but I'm saying if it's nothing more than an electrical impulse, okay, who's to say that somebody couldn't sit down with some kind of advanced computer program or something and figure out, okay, that if they could hook up a person that's depressed, and then they could see what kind of signals that your brain is sending while you are depressed, and then they could make synthetic ones, make that same thing, and then they could pump that into you and then make you depressed. Who's to say that they can't do that? Okay, because all of this new technology that's coming out now, a lot of it we don't know, because a lot of these things that they are doing now, where the V2K and stuff, where they can make only you hear. Remember, this kind of stuff has been around since the 70s, okay, since 1970 something, whatever year in the 70s. I think the early 70s, okay? So you figure now we're in 2016, so that it has advanced past that. So who's to say that they couldn't send an electrical impulse through something that they put into your ear to go to your brain to make you have a feeling of a person that's, say, depressed, of a person that's, say, crazy, as a person that's anything? How do we know that they can't do that? We don't know. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So that's the answer to the question from Mary Jane 505, and I hope I answered your question. If not, you can send me a comment, or you can send me another email, and hope that I get around to it, because sometimes I go in there, I only can read a couple of them because my computer is so slow and messed up, with all the stuff that they put on there, that like I'll try to go to the next page, and sometimes it take like 5 minutes to go to the next page. It's like the thing is just turning and turning and it won't move. So it's very difficult for me to try to go through a lot of stuff and read it. So only when I do my comments, when I answer my comments, I do that on my iPad, and then I can do that real quickly, because it's not my iPad isn't as slow as my computer, and so I do it on there. But okay, I'm going to stop it now because I'm already up to 27 minutes. So I'm supposed to be like a few minutes, just to give you this info. But anyway, in closing, move closer to God and hold on to Him and look to Him to give you everything that you need. Don't look to man. Man can give you certain things, okay? But when you see people and they've got everything in the world and they're still totally unhappy, it's because they are looking for happiness from things that won't really give them happiness. It won't have no longevity. It'll be very short-lived. So if you want long-lived happiness, then you have to look to the Almighty. He is the only one that can give you that, okay? Look to Jesus for that. You don't look to man for that, okay? So in closing, love God, move closer to Him, love your fellow man as though you would love your own self, and forgive people that do evil and heinous things to you, because rest assured, at some point in time, they will be judged, okay? It doesn't matter if they don't get judged down here. They could lead a free will in life and die happy with a smile on their face, but they will be judged. So just keep that in mind, okay? Thanks for watching my video. Come back and see me again, because I'm going to make some more videos, because now since I found all this information out, I'm going to do a little research and make some more videos, okay? So come back and see me again. I love you. God bless you. Come back and see me again in my next video. Bye.